He'll figure. Come on in, kids. This is the Star Report. I am your host, the illustrious and praiseworthy Star, the nigga that just won't die. Okay, my top story as I do research in the afternoons, early evening, wherever you may be. Troy Ave has taken the stand as of yesterday to testify in the Taxstone murder trial. Okay, for those of you who don't remember or who never heard of this incident, back in 2016, Irving Plaza in New York City, there was a concert. T.I. was the headliner, and Taxstone was there. Troy Ave was there. Troy Ave was scheduled to be the opening act. And this is the objective perspective. If you're new to the show, you can see it on the screen right there, okay? And let me just say early, I find nothing wrong with Troy Ave taking the stand. Never mind my history of being a proud rat and a snitch. Troy Ave, rapper, entrepreneur, landlord. Oh, I've been pocket watching. A father, a family man. He's got a podcast. It's popping. Troy Ave on YouTube. The Facto Show. Hashtag The Facto Show. Troy, if you're out there and you want to call in, you know you can always chime in. He and I spoke years ago. I'm not sure if we met or not. He was born in the mid-'80s. I'm as old as dust, kids, in case you don't know. I was born in 64. And I had a game room, and I owned a building at 824 St. John's, right off of Nostrand for well over a decade. And he may have been, or was, around that time period between the ages of 10 to 15. So he may have came into the game room with the other kids, you know, that used to smoke spliffs, bang on my goddamn Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat machines. But we did speak, as I said, a couple of years ago, and I find nothing wrong with him testifying at Taxstone's murder trial. Taxstone, who I did meet years ago, he invited me on his podcast. Let me just give you guys a little context. We had a good discussion. And off the rip, when I sat down, I said, "You look like a shiesty, untrustworthy nigga." He laughed. I was as serious as colon cancer. But we had a good conversation. That was after the shooting took place, and I tried to give him some advice, but I wanted to stay within the parameters of respect, because what took place, was already in motion in terms of the investigation and so on and so forth. And I did offer to testify on Taxstone's behalf, in case some of you remember or you don't know, and I did it on social media so that everybody could see. Not so much testify against Troy Ave, but to testify that Taxstone may have been the victim of these media vehicles and corporations that amp up this set, okay? That interview has been put on private. I did that out of respect for this trial that is now upon us in New York City, in case I didn't clarify, okay? So, I say that to say this is the objective perspective. I'm not taking sides, but I do, in my own way, support them both, but I find nothing wrong with Troy Ave testifying. AG will be calling in from It's AG TV on YouTube. He's a content creator that I know, and he has been going to the courthouse since the trial started, okay? So let me just say that. What else? Something else I just want to put out there early. Hold on a second. Okay, this is my own personal business. I want to talk to you guys about that later. I also want to say this. Whatever happens with Taxstone and Troy Ave, I did say to Taxstone when he interviewed me on his podcast, and again, good guy. Met him that one time. I'm not sure if I met him when he was younger, because I was a stupid nigga all over the borough of Brooklyn over the decades. But I did say to him during that interview, don't put yourself in the place of the artist that you get at. Good afternoon, troll babies. Does anybody remember me saying that to Taxstone? I think I said, give them their space. Give them their space, you know? Me, I'm a stupid nigga. I'm no tough guy, but I'm stupid. I'm from Jersey originally, born and raised, and I moved to New York in 1981 to Flatbush, to be precise. Maple Street between Bedford and Rogers. I ran with the Shower Posse for a couple of years. And when I got to radio, if I can just lay a little bit more of this out. When I got to radio, Hot 97 in March of 2000, I was 36 years of age. So I wasn't like a young guy trying to find my way about. I was already set into my philosophy of life. I was already a proud non-believer in the theory of God. However, I did have a history on the streets in the entire tri-state area. So anyway, I said to Taxstone, give the artists their space. Because when I got to radio, Diddy invited me to hang out with him. Russell Simmons invited me to hang out with him in the Hamptons. Leora Cohen invited me to his house. 50 Cent invited me up to his old house. He used to have, I think he bought it from Mike Tyson. I always declined. Not that I was scared, never scared, never scared. But I wanted to give them their space because in order for me to be objective and get at them the way I always did, and we'll talk about that a little bit later, I didn't want them to be friends, and I didn't want to project, some type of friendship with them. So I kept my distance. And I did not go backstage when they performed. I went to the shows, don't get it fucked up. I was always on the set. I used to hang at the grimy strip clubs down there in Remsen and Avenue D and up in the Bronx and all over the goddamn place so people could see me out and about, talking it and walking it. But I did not go backstage at their concerts. So this is what I said to Taxstone. But again, this was after the shooting took place. All right, AG, you can call in whenever you're ready. We can get this cracking. And I do also want to talk about the majority stake in BET is up for sale. Diddy, Byron Allen, and Tyler Perry have been reported by way of Variety website as being the interested parties. Diddy, Byron Allen, and Tyler Perry. And the majority stake is available, but not the entire ownership. That's important to know. So they may be just selling Paramount Global, 51%. That would be the controlling interest. This also includes VH1, which I'm sure the VH1 catalog or the mechanical residuals is probably worth more than BET. But it's under the same umbrella, the production arm, BET Studios. And I want to ask some of you guys, why do you think it's up for sale? Now, I have my theory, having worked at record labels for well over a decade back in the late 80s through the mid-80s through the 90s. I have my theory, and it has to do with research and the audience peaking for that particular brand. But I want you guys to chime in first on why you think BET is up for sale. All right? Hold on a second. AG, are you ready? Hold on, guys. Let me do all this now. I'm live now. Okay? And he's calling in from a 917 number. Hold on, guys. 917. Okay, give me a second. Let me go back to Troy Ave for a second. And where's my notes? Hold on. There was also some commotion that kicked off yesterday outside of the courthouse in New York City. And I'm going to let AG speak about that. I saw some of the video footage. I'm not sure. I don't necessarily want to amp up this set, but that's on the New York Post and other platforms. If you guys care to chime in, please, feel free to. Marcus, I got your donation early. He says, showing love from Long Island. Okay, thank you, long-time listener. Nubian Bookstore. Hey, man, salute. Thank you for tapping in, okay? I want you guys to speak freely, but, we're someplace else in society, yes? In terms of cooperating, testifying. I hate to use the word snitching because, you should know by now if you don't. Technically, snitching is when people go on a jukes mission, shall we say. Back in the days, a vamp, we called them, and if somebody gets caught and you tell, that's snitching. There was tension between Troy Ave and Taxstone. I'm not sure exactly when that started. Anybody want to clarify that? Taxstone also is a well-known podcaster. And one of his notable interviews was with he and Joe Budden. That went left. You guys remember that? And what is Taxstone's real name? Hold on a second. Let me get that because I've already spit out Troy Ave's government. Hold on a second. Taxstone. So Taxstone, is it Darrell Campbell? Okay, so according to Wikipedia, he and Troy Ave were both born in 1985. I was right, Troy Ave. I'm not trying to clown him, but Troy Ave looks like one of those little kids from back in the days in my fucking game room that used to play hooky, and then they used to get me to fucking open the gate, St. John's and Nostrand, right next to Armstrong Funeral Home, so they could go in there and burn their spliffs. And Jimmy, the goddamn my machines, my game room machines, NBA Jam and all that shit, right? Okay, so Taxstone, Darrell Campbell, and I don't know how much time he's facing. I'm gonna let AG clear that up, okay? Hey, Patrice, got your donation early. Blade says, okay, what are we talking about, Blade? You're taking shots at Troy Ave? Okay. Blade, we can do that, but I want us to get to the core of what's going on first. I don't want to just call people names and slander and shit like that. Let's get to the core of things. Okay, that's AG right there. At my age, I want to be more more informative than entertaining. I've put my foot on the gas over the decades. Nobody's ever going to go harder than Star. And for those of you who don't know, those of you new viewers, keep this in mind. Star has never said sorry on the microphone. If I said something once upon a time, I said it and I stand on it. If I said fuck you, fuck your family, fuck your kids, fuck the fish tank in your goddamn, your 5-year-old son's tank, I said it. Have I apologized? I've apologized to females that I've worked with. But to a nigga, a bitch nigga on the microphone, never apologized. A lot of these guys today, they say shit and they go back and they apologize. They get to crying. I'm the last of a dying breed, okay? All right, anyway, Jay says, tax cooked. Book 'em, Danny, okay? I think this is AG from It's AGTV. Is that you, sir?
Yes, sir, Star. How you doing?
Good to hear from you, man. You and I, we know each other. You have been keeping me up to speed. You have been at the courthouse, and I've got your showrunner. Is everything spelled right? YouTube.com/@It'sAGTV?
Yes, I believe so, yeah.
Okay. So where do you want to start, man? Take your time. I've got plenty of time. You've been going to the courthouse. Where do you want to start? Troy Ave testified Monday, and you filmed, that was your footage. You filmed the melee yesterday. Where do you want to start, please?
Yes, I'll start slowly with what Taxstone is being charged with. I'll just run through that real quick. He's being charged with 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, attempted murder, and the top charge is the murder of Banga.
Okay.
And also the thing that some people don't know, he's also charged for the gun. He has 2 counts, federal charges. I'm sorry. So that case is kind of separate. They're waiting for him to be sentenced on his state case. That way, the feds could then sentence him because he pled guilty to those federal charges.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And right, and yesterday was day 8. We left off day 8 where Troy Ave took the stand the whole day, and that was a little kind of crazy as far as just the amount of people and obviously the things that happened outside of court. You know, there was some sort of little rift, a little kind of a scuffle, no contact.
Well, hang on a second. Before we get to the nigger shit, Troy Ave, a.k.a. Roland Collins, yes? He testified all day, you said, on the stand?
Yes.
Okay. Now, if he didn't show up to testify, he would have received or he would have faced how much jail time?
Okay, so this is he struck a deal with the DA's office, I believe, in February of 2017.
Mm-hmm.
So his cooperation includes, you sit down and do a deal with with the DA,
right?
Admit all your crimes, all these, the whole hoorah. So, in exchange for his cooperation, the DA is recommending, in Troy Ave's case, the DA is going to recommend the judge 1 year.
1 year.
1 year of jail time.
Now, hang on a second. My question was, if he did not cooperate in a sense, he would have been facing how much jail time?
I was going to get that. So he was facing about, I heard crazy numbers, 15 to 25 years.
Okay. 15 to 25 years, subjectively speaking, for a guy who you did not do a crime with. You actually had fucking tension with this guy. Continue.
Correct.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah, well, what should I get to next? What happened outside the courtroom?
Take your time. Yeah, I also want to talk about Troy Ave first. He took the stand, and again, I've already said I have no problem with him taking the stand. So he was being grilled all day, and he did describe, according to multiple reports, the incident, yes? And somebody's on your channel, it's AGTV, saying Troy Ave lied. You can talk about that as well. Let's talk about him being on the stand. You were inside the courtroom, yes?
Yes, I did. I did miss a portion of it after after we lunch. After everybody came back from lunch, I did miss a portion of it.
Okay.
But that right. Okay. So what he describes is that he comes into the room with Banger. Banger is in front of him. Banger is more of a larger individual than him.
Okay.
And they see now, he comes in the room, he's taking pictures, he's saying, "What's up, everybody?" Now the room is packed he says about maybe around 80 to 100 people.
Okay.
Like around there. He hears someone say, "What's popping?" And he doesn't pay attention to it. And again, he said he hears what's popping. Mm-hmm. Then he hears Banger say, "What's popping?" So he immediately, pays attention, like, okay, something's up. And he sees that it's Taxstone. Banger looks back at Troy and he says, "I'm gonna rock him." And Troy gives him the head nod, like, "Yeah, do what you gotta do." But before Banger can really do anything, Troy says that he goes in to punch Tax and he connects. Mm-hmm. And then Troy says he loses his balance and kind of and I think hits the floor. Mm-hmm. So that way, then, so he sees Banger and Tax kind of struggling, rifting, like if they're like two wrestlers, going at it. And he sees a flash in between Banger and Tax.
Okay.
So that's when the first shot goes off.
Okay, now hang on a second. What is Banger's real name? That was Troy Ave's friend and security, technically, or was he just there as a friend? Do you know his obligation that night? Was it security, quote unquote?
Banger was Ronald McFadder. That's his real name.
Go ahead.
And he was a friend as well as his employee. He would play his security and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That's the role he played.
Okay. Is Taxstone going to take the stand in his trial? Do you know that?
I do not know that as of yet, but I'll definitely keep you updated. I do want to say one thing.
Go ahead.
A lot of people are taking attention to the Troy Ave's taking a stand But after this day, I don't believe this was that damaging. What was really damaging to Taxstone's case was when there was an individual. I'm trying to look. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm trying to look at my notes here.
Take your time. Take your time. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. Deeds, thank you so much. Deeds said there was a misspelling in the title. Thank you, Deeds. Also, folks, I do want to say something here whilst AG is getting his notes together. You can go to It's AG TV on YouTube. He has videos, updated videos with regards to the trial that's going on again in New York City, Trife Gangsta, and other things, other interviews that he has been doing. You ready, AG?
I'm ready. So day 6 was a cooperator, a federal cooperator by the name of Malcolm Kenyon. Now, I believe his testimony was more even damaging to Tax than Troy's. And the reason I say that is because he was at the venue earlier. He's a friend of Tax and a friend of Casanova. I'm sorry,
okay.
A former friend.
Okay.
And he was at the venue with them, but he had left the venue. Mm-hmm. So he didn't see the incident.
Okay.
But he gets a call from Casanova. Mind you, his phone is tapped by the feds.
Okay.
Malcolm Kenyon's phone is tapped by the feds. So this recorded phone call was played in court. And it says, Cass says, "Oh, I'm sweating, I'm crying, shit popped off. Taxstone just let one off." Mm-hmm. So that right there confirms that, Tax let the shot off. And
hang on a second. Whose phone was that? That was Casanova's.
Malcolm Kenyon.
Say again?
Malcolm Kenyon's phone.
Okay.
Malcolm Kenyon.
Okay. Did he testify? Is he scheduled to testify?
Yes. He's a federal cooperator. He was to give his background. He was basically this millionaire drug dealer, identity fraudster.
Gotcha. Gun
runner. Yeah.
Okay. Let me also say this, folks. I urge you to go to Troy Ave's YouTube channel. It's Troy Ave on YouTube. He put up a video 18 hours ago. It's titled "Taxstone Case Haters Never Prosper, Bad Children. This is DJ Vlad." More the Troy Ave podcast, episode 50. I urge you to go hear him out. I listened to half of it. Again, I'm trying not to take a side here, but let me also just say this, AG, with regards to why I think it was a good thing for him to testify. Lawsuits are going to fly after this trial, and I think Troy Ave should sue T.I. Sue T.I., sue the venue, sue them for potential gross earnings lost. I could have made $5 million if I wasn't opening for you, T.I., and you had better security to protect me. Your opening fucking act. Banger, right. I'm sure Banger's family is suing somebody if they haven't sued Troy Ave already. Do you know that? Have they sued Troy Ave even though they were friends? Has he been sued by Banger's family? Go ahead, Mr.
I'm sorry, I do not know if they are suing Troy Ave or they plan to sue, but that's a question I'll definitely ask.
I'm sure they do, and I don't wish that upon Troy Ave, but I'm just saying I think it's a good thing he took the stand in his defense because he's going to have to defend himself against lawsuits, and I think he should sue T.I. Let me fucking say it now. He should sue him for what is it? Not just potential gross earnings loss, but for retroactive pay. I could have made $10 million since this goddamn melee. How long's this thing been going on? 6-7 years? AG?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
About 7-6 years.
Troy Ave is a businessman. I'm sure he can produce books to show what he was making prior to the goddamn shooting in 2016. It was all on a upswing, and then the decline. He couldn't get booked. He had to sell properties. I'd sue T.I. for fucking $40 million. Anyway, hold on a second. Niggas starting shit. Janice, I got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Folks, we're going to get to some calls. Just bear with me. I want to let AG talk about a lot of this stuff. Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg, I got your donation. Sir, do you want to call in? If so, just send me a text. You have my number. Okay, so let's go back to you, AG. So what happened today? Was there a trial today, or you said you didn't go today?
Right. I went today and found out they rescheduled for tomorrow.
Okay.
I do want to get through one more thing as far as Malcolm Kenyon's testimony.
Take your time.
He not only was that. Sorry, go ahead.
No, take your time. Go ahead. Take your time.
So not only was that damaging, that phone call, that recorded call, but also he had testified that he saw later. He initially thought Taxstone was the one that got killed at the venue.
Okay.
But later on, he meets Taxstone outside of his house, inside of a car, and he notices that Tax has like scars on his face, bumps on his head. So he was pretty messed up. But he only said that shit popped off, and also Tax was also already planning before the incident to fly to New York. I'm sorry, to fly to California.
Okay.
So, and he asked Malcolm, "Hey, you still have your crib out there? I'm gonna stay out there." Blah blah blah. So he was staying at Malcolm Kenyon's home.
Okay.
So and then later on, Malcolm Kenyon would meet him out there. So later on, this issue would come up on social media, the Urban Plaza incident, on the news, blah, blah, blah. So there was one time where all of them are in the room with Tax, Casanova, and Malcolm Kenyon, I believe not Star Bram, some other star. I think one of Malcolm Kenyon's girlfriend, I believe.
Okay.
And they're all in a room, and Tax is talking about the situation. He's like, "Oh, he hit me, so I had to hit him." When he said that, he's gesturing a gun symbol with his hand.
Okay.
And he
hang on a second. Hold on. But before I forget. So Troy Ave testified yesterday. He said that Taxstone said, "What's poppin'?" That came out of Taxstone's mouth. What's poppin'?
Correct.
Okay. That could be antagonizing the situation.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. I do want to point out for the people that, we don't know who was the aggressor for sure. Both the DA and tax attorneys in their opening statements, they have opposing views on who was the aggressor. So
okay.
I can't,
Okay.
If you were there, we won't really know who was the aggressor in the situation.
So technically that's hearsay right now until it's proven. Go ahead.
I'm not sure. She opened her statement with that as well, that Taxstone said, "What's popping?"
Gotcha. Okay.
So that's their story. They're sticking to it. I think that's about it as far as the testimonies involved. I do want to put some attention to some of the victims. One was who testified on day 2. He was a man who had nothing to do with the situation. He was on the floor below, and one of the shots, went through the floor, and he ended up getting shot in the stomach. Mm-hmm. He actually had to lose a part of his intestines.
Damn.
And right, yeah, and it affects the way he eats, and I believe he's still affected to this day from that situation.
So he had a shit bag.
Another thing,
the guy. Paul, I shouldn't laugh. He had a shit bag after getting shot. The guy who testified, you said, lost part of his intestine. He was really fucked up.
I'm not sure if he had a shit bag, but yeah, he had some trouble eating.
Yeah, I'm sure he's going to sue somebody after the goddamn trial. Also, I want to ask you before I forget. Taxstone wrote a letter to the judge at one point. Did he not?
Right. This was before trial even started.
Right.
Not Taxstone himself, but via his lawyer. Mind you, I'm just trying to play devil's advocate.
Come on.
Taxstone has an interview where he's asked the same question, and he answers that, "I don't know. I didn't know about this. That he had done that. I didn't even know the judge."
Right.
So you can look at that interview. It's on YouTube somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to point out one thing that I thought was kind of crazy.
Come on.
Now, Casanova's name has been brought up through all this trial, throughout the trial, and because he was at the venue, I mean, he was there.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing that police did was, because when you need a portion of someone's DNA, they need to get a warrant.
Okay.
Right? So they wanted Casanova's DNA. So there was a detective, I believe, that kind of noticed Casanova was drinking from a cup or a bottle, and he got his DNA from that cup/bottle, and was able to retrieve that DNA. Because they wanted Casanova was also tested if his DNA was on the gun. Casanova DNA didn't ended up being on the gun.
Okay. How much time did he get? Do you remember?
No, I believe he pleaded guilty, but he was looking at, I'm not sure, around 5 years, I'm guessing. But he hasn't been sentenced yet.
Okay, he hasn't been sentenced yet. Okay. All right. So now tell us about the nigger shit in front of the courthouse. And let me just say this, man. Hold on. Everybody, I'm going to bring your calls in. Sit tight. Cash App, PayPal. Just give me a second. Who is sending you DMs telling you better take a video down? I'm calling you. That's number one. Who is telling you take that shit down? Did you film somebody in particular? What's going on here, AJ?
I didn't. Matter of fact, I didn't film anybody. And matter of fact, I'm not going to say who the person is, but he is some rapper, and he got mad at me because, mind you, Trife, he's a kind of unpredictable. I respect Trife.
Trife gangster. I know that nigga. Go ahead.
Yeah. Trife lost his brother in this case.
Good
so
nigga, Trife gangster.
He's attending the trial. And this is something that's very sensitive to him.
Yeah.
So there was a particular something that happened outside the actual courtroom, not the courthouse, but the courtroom. Yeah. Nobody's in the hallway except me, Trife. This is during a quick break. Mm-hmm. Nobody's in the hallway except me, Trife, this other rapper, and I believe Trife's guys, and as well as court officers. Mm-hmm. So Trife had stepped to him and said, "Listen, I don't appreciate your opinion," and they kind of got into a look like, "I'm not here for that." Mm-hmm. Blah blah blah. There was a kind of a yelling match, and I'm right next to Trife. I didn't know he was gonna do this. If he was, I would have stepped out the way, because then it looks like I'm getting into it, or you know what I mean. I don't want to get swung at by mistake or something.
Well,
so
listen.
I quickly.
I'm going to say this to you, AG. Now, I respect you. We know each other. We go back a number of years. You've got to keep that fucking camera still, man, because outside you were doing this. You were panning left, panning right. Just keep the goddamn camera still. Go up on them niggas and film them. You were kind of stepping.
Right.
Yeah, you all shaky and shit. Go up on them and film them niggas, man. You're a journalist. Come on.
I feel you, but I'm sorry, but what I'm talking about now is a different situation that happened earlier, a few days back.
Go ahead.
Right. So this is a different situation. So the officers had to intervene, and I reported on that, and I even later on asked Trife about this in an interview that I have on my channel.
Right.
So I guess that rapper, that person didn't like me bringing it up. He didn't want to get attached to it. And I even talked to him, listen, I'm going to remove your name out the title. I have no problem with that. And we left it at that. But I think he just wanted the whole video down. I'm like, I can't do that. You're not going to bully me into a certain situation. I'm just reporting what I saw.
Shit.
You know what I mean?
Well, now, hang on a second. Is the video still up?
Yeah. The video's still up, yeah.
Okay. You want my opinion?
He's not in.
Do you want my opinion, yeah. AG?
Go ahead.
Yeah. Just tell him, for a small fee, you'll take it down. $350, $5, just... It's not worth the headache. Shoot me a Cash App, my nigga, the video comes down. I ain't even on it like that. Make $1 off this shit.
Right, exactly. That is a good idea.
Yeah, asking for a donation. Listen, my nigga, I'm trying to eat like the next man. I'm sure you understand. Shoot me a donation. That shit comes down right now, okay? All right. Anyway, so Troy Ave, hang on. I want us to comb through this, and folks, we're gonna bring you guys in. Just sit tight, sit tight. Tell me about the fly ass custom suit Troy Ave had on. Holy shit! Hang on. The fucking clip.
I think that's
The clip on the tie, huh? Did you get a shot of the shoes? I'm sure he had on some Italian shoes. Did you get the outfit, AG?
No. Listen. Matter of fact, for the people and for you, Star. Wait, let me explain. Let me talk. Wait,
Come on.
When we enter the court, when we enter the courtroom, we have to forfeit our phones. We have to forfeit our Apple Watches. There's no recording, except those pictures that have been out. That's by the photographer that works for the courts.
Right.
You know what I mean? We cannot. You know what I mean? Once we forfeit it, and once there's like a little break, we can't have it back unless we're leaving for the day.
I'm talking about when it's over. Did you see Troy Ave after he made his exit?
Repeat that. I couldn't hear you well.
When Troy Ave was leaving the courthouse, were you close to him, or why can you say Troy Ave? Can you tell us about the suit and the shoes, my nigga? Can you tell us, about?
I didn't see Troy Ave leaving the court. I try to stick around.
Okay.
I didn't see it. Maybe he went through another door.
Okay.
But he's not. I didn't see him coming through coming out the front door. Mind you, the suit did look expensive, more expensive than any other suits that were
tailor-made, my nigga. Yeah. Hey. The hater misses nothing. That's some tailor-made shit. Hold on a second. Control babies. Anybody know what type of suit Troy Ave had? If not, go to his YouTube channel and say the hater wants to know. Go to Troy Ave on YouTube. He's got a video up. Taxstone case, haters never prosper, bad children, disses, DJ Vlad TV, and more. I need to know what type of suit the nigga was wearing. Okay, can you take some calls? AG, you got time? Let's take some calls, man.
Not really. But listen, I just want to break down what happened out the video that. I just want to break down the video for you. What happened with Manolo? Can I just break that down real quick?
Go ahead. Brooklyn niggas got impressed. Come on, AG.
So
what the
I'm
fuck?
outside of court. Okay, so I'm outside of court and I try to interview Manolo about, because Manolo Rose.
Yeah.
He was right. So he was inside during, the whole time that Troy Ave is testifying. So once that day is over, I try to interview him, and you hear Trife in the background saying, mind you, I'm over 6 feet away from Trife. Right. Me and Manolo are doing this interview. He says, stop the capping. And he's talking to Manolo.
Right.
Mind you, Trife comes forward like they start, like he's about to confront him.
About to pop
and
off.
I have to get in the middle.
About to pop off.
He is about to pop off. So I try to get in the middle and say, listen, fella's not here. I'm just trying to conduct an interview. Like, let's not do this. There's a yelling match. There's another individual from Tax's side that starts yelling at Trife. They go at it. Next thing you know, it looks like it's about to pop off. Thankfully, the court officers come out and, control the situation because it looked like it would have gone haywire. That's basically what happened.
Now, this was inside the courthouse?
No, I'm sorry. That was outside. That particular situation, that was outside the courthouse.
Now, you got that footage, the exclusive on that?
Yeah, that's on my channel. That's the footage that you see that was put up last night.
Okay, hang on. Is that titled Troy Ave is Lying? Fight almost breaks out outside court? That one?
Yes, that one.
Okay. All right, so can you tell me what type of coat Trife Gangster was wearing? I'm pocket watching all these niggas. What type of coat was that,
He's wearing some sort of like navy coat, a very long coat.
Yeah.
It looks like to me.
Some jiggy shit, man. Listen, call that nigga and say, hey, man, Star wants to know what type of coat you were wearing. Call that nigga. You got his number, right? Right? You got his number?
I have his number.
Text that nigga.
Sure if I could call him now, but
you ain't got to call him now, but just text him later and say, hey, man, the hater wants to know what type of coat you was wearing. Yeah, I saw him on that fly shit. I saw that fly shit. Spanky Big Head, I got your donation. Thank you. Okay, AG, anything else, man? And you don't want to take any calls, man? People, you're the guy who was there.
I have to run, actually. I have to run at the moment. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, man.
It was a pleasure, Star. Always respect.
Well, now listen. Have you spoke to Troy Ave? You guys okay? He's on his channel.
I have not spoken to Troy Ave recently. I'm sorry. I haven't spoke to Troy Ave recently. No, I've spoken before the trial.
Okay.
Started, but no, I haven't spoken to him recently.
Don't you think
I will have a hello?
Don't you think it would be a good idea to reach out to him? I mean, he's talking on his channels. It's not like he's not talking.
Yeah, I will reach out to him, and I think for the people just to get more knowledge on his cooperation deal, I plan to talk to his lawyer, and because his lawyer's a complete gentleman, I know he'll have some answers and explanation about all of his deal.
Okay. And when you talk to Troy, find out who made that suit, tailor-made shit.
I got you.
All right.
I got you, man.
Good to talk to you. Thank you, AJ. Right. Thank you. Okay. Folks, this, in my opinion, when you're interviewing hood niggas outside the courtroom, you have to pan and get the outfit. Find out these niggas are wearing, prototype boots. What type of coat? Tell the nigga to spin around. Let me see your watch, my nigga. Can I see your chain? I mean, right or wrong? Troll babies. Right or wrong? Troy Ave took the stand, Hey, man, what the fuck? And listen, I fuck with Taxstone, but what... facing 15 to 20, what? Gotta tell my nigga, no ifs, ands, or fucking butts. Hang on a second, is this Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg, Tuesday afternoon? Elvis, is that you, sir?
Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg, I am here, star.
Good to hear from you, man. I got some premium black news here. Troy Ave took the stand, and I have no issue with this. I've taken the stand on multiple occasions in my life. Yeah, pointing niggas out. Your Honor, he's right there. Right there, that nigga. I don't give a fuck about these niggas. Go ahead.
Yeah, and let me piggyback right off of what you're saying and say that this man was at work. Troy Ave was at work. And this person who's not even an artist is in the green room. What are you doing in the green room? There's a bar right outside the green room. You're supposed to be sitting at the bar, letting everybody know that you're the man.
Right.
But instead, you in the green room with the artist, and you're a journalist. And you're a journalist. You saw the way this journalist that was just on the phone, and it's hard for him to walk up to the people and ask the questions, and he's a little shaky on the thing because he ain't out there in somebody's face like that.
Yeah.
And he recognizes his role. And the thing is, when your life changes, you have to change with your life.
Yeah.
You can't always be the 20-year-old, the 22-year-old. You got to be the man. Life is here to live it all the way through. The hell is these people doing? Want to continue to prove yourself when you already made it? This guy was amazing talent, and he destroyed his whole life.
Yeah.
For his ego.
I would sue T.I. I would sue T.I. I would sue his affiliates, his sponsors. I would sue T.I.'s fucking limousine driver. I would sue the venue. I would sue the fucking bartender who served Taxstone. Tax, I'll fuck with you, my nigga, but this is business. Whoa! AG, call back in, man. Hold on a second. I just sent AG a text message saying, did Troy Ave cry on the stand? Why didn't you tell me that, man? I'm sorry, Elvis, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Wow. Yo, you see, this is the thing. Troy Ave is willing to cry on the stand that you forced me on because I was at work. Anything, Taxstone would have been a more gangster if he would have sent Troy Ave a bottle. That'd have made him more gangster that night.
Facts.
If he would have said, "Yo, send Troy Ave a bottle."
Yeah. Shit. Yeah.
This is like, I'm hoping we all learning from this. This ego, we got to learn how to push that ego to the side and get this money.
Okay, AG said he's calling back. I'm sorry, Elvis. I'm all over the place like bird shit this afternoon.
This is your show. I
Hey,
called your show.
yeah.
I'm thankful.
So when's the next time you're going live on the Premium Black News show, right? Did you change the name of your channel to Premium Black News or just the show?
No, it's still the Big Elvis the Chef Network. I have a couple of
Gotcha.
weeks until you know how YouTube allows you to change at a certain time.
Gotcha.
It's going to be the Big Elvis the Chef Network.
Gotcha.
And on that network, we have the Premium Black News channel.
Okay.
And then I'm working on some documentary stuff, some really, really good stuff. I'm putting in a lot of work because this is the future. This is, I have an amazing mentor, damn near my father, Troy Terrain, who I respect very much.
Flattered,
I'm
man.
going to go heavy.
I'm flat. Listen, I got
So it's Premium Black News tonight.
Okay, I got AG back in the line. Thank you, Elvis. Thank you. Okay. AG, so why didn't you tell me Troy Ave cried on the stand? That's fucking important. At what point did he...
Sorry about that. I was just had the incidents that happened outside of court. That's all over my head. Right. So what happened was when the situation of he was trying to they were asking about the situation what happened in the room and Bang was brought up. Troy Ave, he started crying, not crying like weeping, like, but it was hard for him to talk, and he did cry.
Did he pull out the $500 handkerchief to wipe? Oh, I'm pocket watching. Did he pull out the handkerchief?
I don't think so, no.
Huh?
But I do want to say something.
Whoa. AG, you were there when he was crying, yes?
Yes, I was there.
Okay. Did he lift up the $1,500 fucking glasses and pull out the fucking $500 handkerchief and wipe the tears?
No, I didn't see any handkerchief. I don't think. He wiped his tears with his hand.
I'm looking in the picture. I see the handkerchief in his top pocket. Okay. Anyway, all right, I'm sorry. Come. Okay. So
maybe the handkerchief was too expensive to get tears on it. I'm not sure.
Good point. Okay. So come on, finish up. I know you got to go. He was choked up. Go ahead. Choked up.
I think. Right. So when he started crying right before we broke to lunch. Now, I just want to keep everybody in mind that, a life was lost, but when everyone leaves the room and we took a break for lunch, the audience has to come out in a certain way. Certain people come out first, other people come out second. So this day, a lot of people came out to support Tax, his family, his friends, and Banga's mother's there, his family's there, and she's there almost every day, pretty much every day. Right. And this is a woman that's has to hear how her son was murdered multiple times.
Yeah.
And is crying. Yeah, and I'm just trying to lay the foundation.
We have to say allegedly murdered. Taxstone has not been convicted. Allegedly murdered.
Allegedly murdered.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Allegedly murdered. So when they leave the room, I'm still in the room. Banga's family, leaves the room, and the only one that's in the room is Tax's people. Now, the Tax's people, it's a different kind of energy. They're a little more happy. There's laughter. I'm not sure what they're laughing about. They're in their own conversation. Yeah. But there is two different moods. I just want to paint that.
Brooklyn niggas scheming.
Isn't able to attend.
Laughing. Brooklyn niggas.
Sorry?
Yeah, never mind. Okay. Hey, man, thank you. I know you got to go. Folks, check out AG on It's AG TV. He's got the exclusives. And when are you back in the courtroom? Tomorrow or Thursday? When?
Tomorrow.
Okay. Reach out to Troy Ave, man, and, you should hear from him. He's on YouTube, man. He's not ducking the smoke, all right?
I will do, but hopefully he doesn't, superstar me or anything. Hopefully he don't Hollywood me.
Well, listen, man. I mean, you're a journalist. You got to do your job. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, AG.
Right,
thank you. Okay. I never cried on the stand, but I've been on the stand 3 times. I told you guys one time I was so anxious to tell on a motherfucker. I went the day before I was supposed to take the stand. And the prosecutor looked at me. She said, Mr. Train, what are you doing here? And I said, I'm just getting a feel for things. I had made up in my mind weeks ago, fuck this nigga. dumb hard, as we used to say back in the days. Fuck this nigga dumb hard, I went a day early. And there was nothing for me to do. I'm just, walking around looking at shit. I said, okay, well, there's a water fountain there. They sell the candy bars downstairs. I can get situated over here. Folks, I'm no tough guy, but I learned on those Brooklyn streets to be a grimy nigga. Grimy. All right, guys, sit tight. I'm going to come to PayPal and more phone calls. Let me just mention something here early about my business. I'm looking for anyone who has knowledge of setting up RSS feeds. Now, I know how to do this as well, but there's a certain type, a unique type. I need someone who specializes in this. Please reach out to me via email. You should have my email address. Where is it, just in case you don't? Shit, I don't see it. It's not on the screen. Anyway, thehater1964@yahoo.com. I say again, thehater1964@yahoo.com. If you specialize in setting up RSS feeds, I need to talk to you, okay? Also, folks, listen, my number has changed since last year. So if anybody's trying to text me, or if you do text me and I don't respond, I don't know who you are. Always say your name when you text me. If you're just some random person from back in the days, I don't save your numbers. If we're not making money together, I really don't give a fuck about you like that, respectfully. Say your name. Yo, Star, this is so-and-so. Somebody texted me yesterday just out of the fucking blue. Your number's not saved. You'll get no response, all right? How was it? Oh, okay. I'll talk about this stuff later with regards to the Star Report comment section up under the rebroadcast. Let me just say this, and then I'll come back to this later. I could have triple the amount of comments that I do. I've lost 3 YouTube channels over the years. You guys know this already. Me and DJ Elias lost a channel back in the days, and I'm not mad. Another channel I gave to him, I could have well over 1 million subscribers, at this point in time. But the comment section, if you go back and you see that your comment is not there, it's because I have 2 very nice, wonderful people, younger people that manage my channel. There's also a company, and we want you to stay on topic, stay focused, please. Check-in report, I got your donation. Star, I remember the podcast you did with Tax, and he forgot the teaching you gave him in terms of not going to the industry events with rappers. Yeah, that was actually after the shooting, though, check-in report. I didn't want to, come off as a know-it-all, but I was just saying to him in a, respectful manner, give the artists their space. Yeah, that was after the shooting took place at Irving Plaza, but at that point, everything was still in motion. I had a situation one time where I was doing too much, walking around Manhattan, me and just 2 buddies of mine, because I never travel in an entourage. I carry a gun legally, and I don't want an entourage ever, because if something jumps off, I don't want niggas getting me into a lawsuit, or if I suspect someone in the entourage have set me up, I'm going to shoot him or shoot the bitch. I've shot. Let me slow down. Let me just... Mariah Carey, there was some party for Mariah Carey, and we went up to the door, and this was like in 2001. I said, hey, I'm on the list. Now, I was bullshitting the security. I said, I'm on the list, Star from Hot 97. He said, hey, what's up, Star? He said, you're on the list? I said, I'm on the list. He said, you sure? I said, I'm on the list. He goes inside, comes back out, and again, it's just me and 2 other guys. He said, not tonight, Star, not tonight. Just like that, like as if to say, you're not on the list, and we don't want the headache. I told you guys this before, right? And I just said, okay, have a good night. And I walked off. I didn't push it. I didn't, try to get up in there, because I was drinking. Who knows what the fuck could have happened. Anyway, I'm rambling. Thank you, Check and Report, for your donation. London Daza. This is all. Okay, what are you trying to say? I can't even read that. Can you resubmit that? Please. Thank you for your donation. Sebastian Dallabossi. Star, didn't you stream yesterday? What happened to the last stream? I can't find it on YouTube. I got a Patreon page. Are you a subscriber? We got a bunch of throwaway shows, and they're on a Patreon page, which hasn't been launched yet, along with the a lot of the old footage from my radio interviews. I have all of my interviews on HD video, and we're going to load that stuff up in the upcoming months. But thank you for your donation, all right? Hold on a second. Let's go to area code 305. Good afternoon, 305. Are you there? Are you ready? 305. Tuesday.
Yeah, what's going on, Star?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I just wanted to call and chime in on what is it, Troy Ave Taxstone situation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so I've been watching a lot of videos, et cetera, reading comments.
Okay.
I mean, I can't say he snitched or he's a rat or anything like that. He had to explain the situation either way. Yeah. So how can people say, oh, he's a rat, he snitched, things like that?
I think we're beyond that, sir. Honestly, I don't even want to waste time on that. Oh yeah, tell him. Troy Ave is a landlord, an entrepreneur, a businessman, and he's part of that newer generation that didn't care whether radio played their music or not. They focused on getting the bag, So I respect his grind, and if he didn't take that stand, he would have probably lost millions. So that's where we are. He testified. Taxstone is he's dealing with this situation. I don't want to again choose any sides, but that's where we are. Any thoughts? Any insight? Have you yourself ever taken the stand?
No, I didn't have to take. I don't get myself in things like that. Mm-hmm. But what I would say is, I mean, people, your listeners, if I'm gonna close it like this. I mean, people can look at it as take the moral of it all should be you got to know when and when to leave things alone, because their situation has started off as joking and then somebody ended up losing their life.
I hear you, but sometimes it's a little bit more complicated. Sometimes, things happen and shit goes left fast when egos are involved, especially in New York. New York is the home of, slick talk and niggas trying to press somebody, and
yeah.
It's just bullshit. Where you from? What state you from?
I'm down here in Miami.
Okay, you guys deal with a different set of rules down there. Up in New York, it's more of a verbal game, pussy nigga, suck my dick, all that sort of shit.
Yeah, SMD, Frank Sand, yeah, all of that.
Yeah. Down in the 305, you get clapped, early, right?
You'll get your head bust right open, yeah. To the white meat.
Yeah. Thank you for your call, man.
Maybe red.
Thank you. Thank you for your
call. You be good, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, yeah. I'm not picking a side, folks. I'm just sifting through all of this. But again, I find nothing wrong with Troy Ave taking the stand. I don't have Troy Ave's number in my new phone. I was going to text him and ask him for a comment, but go to his YouTube channel, Troy Ave. He put up a video, again, 19 hours ago, Taxstone case, haters never prosper. Hashtag The Facto Show. Opinions based on facts. That's one of his monikers. Again, opinions based on facts. 347, sit tight, I'm coming to you next. 347. What else did I want to mention? Reintroducing the show. Okay, last thing I'll say about the comments, because I just touched on that. I still do consultations from time to time. I have learned by way of trial and error. But for some of you newer content creators, it's not the number of views that your videos get. It's not the amount of subscribers that you have. And it's not the amount of comments that will determine how your channel grows. You have to have a certain audience that takes part in what you do, and they give commentary, minus all of the profanity, minus all of this stuff that will put your channel in what's called a high-risk category. I don't pay for anything. I don't do any promotion on the Star Report. I don't pay for views, subscribers, none of that stuff. It has to be organic. It has to be in order for you to get real growth and real analytics. Otherwise, you can have, 500,000 subscribers, but yet your videos only get 5,000 views per video. You can tell if somebody's paying for stuff, okay? But I say that to say, with regards to your comments, I want your comments. I want you to take part in the discussion. Never mind me. Focus on the topic, all right? Area code 347. Good evening. Troy Ave took the stand, or you have to speed? 347.
Yo, what's good, Star?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Man, I'm chilling, man. It's your boy Gordo from Brooklyn, man. I was just, I woke up this morning,
Okay.
and I'm looking on YouTube. I'm seeing what's going on with the Troy Ave and Taxstone, and
Okay.
It's a crazy situation. But on the other side, I'm rocking with Troy Ave, man, because I was on Twitter them times, and I feel like the shit started from Taxstone, just talking about he's going at Troy Ave, this nigga trash, this music trash, and all that. And you talking about a nigga music and shit, you see him, you got to stand on that. That's like these bloggers and shit, these Charlemagne ass niggas, and all these niggas that want to academics ass nigga, you want to stand up and talk all that shit when you see the nigga now.
Sir, I need you to just watch the profanity, please. You can do it. Just pull back on the profanity. You got this algorithm. It's combing through the audio algorithm, all right? Please continue.
My bad, my bad, Star.
Go ahead.
But I'm just saying, man. Like, I feel like that's where the beef started, and Taxstone gotta eat that, man. I ain't going front. He gotta eat that, man, because at the end of the day, the shit went left. And that's his man. How at the end of the day, you talking that shit about home.
Okay, he can't talk without cursing. I tried. I can't let you violate my business. Thank you for your call, sir. Thank you for your call. Side note. Melly Mel is going balls deep on the art of dialogue. I've known Mel over the decades. Good guy. Oh, he came on the Star and Buckwild show. I have the video. He dumbed out on Jay-Z and a bunch of people. And he can. Go check him out on the art of dialogue. Yeah, that's all I'll say for right now, okay? Bernice, I got your donation. Thank you, young lady. Yeah, I'll be back in New York when it gets a little warmer. I'm in no rush. I've started looking for apartments up in the Sutton Place area, but you guys got snow up there now. I'm in no rush. I'm focused on my platform, S97. You can catch it on shot97.com. So I do have business to discuss when I get up there, but I'm waiting for this snow to get up off the ground in the cold weather, okay? But thank you for your donation. Tony Rich, I got your donation. Star Brooklyn has more snitches per capita than anywhere on the planet. You might have a good point there, sir. You might have a good point there, I've broken that down before. Black Race has got your donation, Star. Crazy thing is, I don't think Taxstone was the shooter. The video of the incident shows different. And why is Casanova? Okay, I don't know. about the Casanova thing. I don't want to just, talk crazy. Well, we're going to find out. We're going to find out, but thank you for your donation, Black Racist. Old Taku sends in a donation. Star, did you ever watch Kojak growing up? Absolutely. Sir, I'm so old, I used to watch Burt Reynolds when he played Dan August. Barnaby Jones. I used to watch all that stuff. Matlock. I thought I was a cop when I moved to New York in 81. Kojak. And Telly Savalas, he always had the lollipop. You're beautiful, baby. You're beautiful. Let's go to area code 216. Good evening, 216. Are you up to speed? Troy Ave has taken the stand in the Taxstone murder trial.
Yo, Star, what's going on?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's up with all these, man, these gangster rappers, man? They always talking this gangster talk. But when it's time to get gangster, everybody folding. What's up with New York, man? What's up with New York?
Where are you calling from, sir?
I'm from Cleveland.
Okay. Tell us what's up with New York, sir. What is your interpretation of those New York niggas telling and folding? Tell us.
I mean, from what I'm looking at is that after 6ix9ine came out and did his little ratting, it seemed like he made it cool for everybody to rat. Not everybody coming out, Gunna, Troy Ave, all these guys that's like always talking this gangster rap, and now they all snitching. They all on the side of 6ix9ine. So what a smoke at that they have for 6ix9ine for all the new dudes that's out here. You know what I'm saying, snitching.
Mm-hmm. I would have to agree with what you're saying. You and I are on the same page. 6ix9ine did what he did. It's a different criteria, so to speak, but I don't think Troy Ave, in my opinion, his situation is very, very different. 6ix9ine, a.k.a. Tekashi, was a willing participant within the organization he was a part of, Shotty and those guys. Troy Ave and Taxstone always had tension, as far as I know. I don't know if they were ever friends back in middle school, high school. I don't know that, but they had tension, genuine tension. They would never, they never ran together, to my knowledge.
But I got a question for you. I got a question for you, Star.
But
I thought. Well, no, actually, let me ask you a question. Is taking a stand against street code?
I don't know what street codes are, sir. I mean, what state, what gang, what unit, what team, what street codes? Street codes mean nothing to me. They never did. I've already, spoken about how I moved. I didn't care about nobody's codes. I've always been out for self. Self. If it were me and you doing a crime and you got caught, you're going to the jail. Not because I'm scared to go to the penitentiary. I ain't scared, but you belong there. You're beneath me. You're beneath me, you bum ass nigga. You got caught. I'm smarter than you.
It seemed like they took your whole philosophy, Star, and just ran with it. Like they took your whole philosophy and ran with it.
That's fine, sir. I'm flattered. You will never hear me say, yo, they ain't biting off me. I'm flattered. Yeah, different day and time, man. But thank you for your call. Thank you.
All right, have a good one.
Yes, sir. All right. Good call. He didn't have to curse. I can appreciate that. Was I ahead of my time? Probably so. I was just an arrogant piece of shit. Hold on a second, guys. On the screen, one of my sponsors, www.blackbodyworks.com. Please go there. Tell them I sent you. I say again, www.blackbodyworks.com. Please tell them I sent you. And I'm looking for Miss Michi X at some point, if she has the time to call in. You guys know Michi X. Michi X is a social engineer. She is a community activist. She's a content creator. I'm going to say a traveler, also well-read. I've seen some of her content in the past. She's got an event coming up here in the Atlanta metro area, the Black Agenda Movement. It's on the screen, www.theblack.agendamovement.com. April the 22nd through the 23rd, okay? and you can get your tickets. I'm going to try to be there if I'm not in New York. And this is a Black Agenda conference, and they do have solutions. So it's not just, come on down and people speaking and letting off steam. And I like one of the breakdowns she gave, I think this was a year or so ago, when she was talking about the difference between church work and activism. You guys remember that? She gave a great breakdown. Church work versus activism. I'm not going to say who she was talking about at that particular time, but, some people go out when there's, tragedies. They take photo ops. They're up on the gram, doing the most. Walking in the street telling people, yeah, y'all come on to the church. We got the fresh vegetables. We got this and that over at the church. That's church work. That's not activism. Anyway, please go there. Tell Miss Michi X I sent you on the screen. Again, www.theblackAgendamovement.com. April the 22nd through the 23rd. Starts early. Speakers, again, solutions. I highly recommend this, okay? Who sent it a donation? Hold on a second. Okay, Spanky, I got that one. Spanky, I'm as old as dust. Come on, man. That's easy what you're talking about. TJ, got your donation. Star, can you put a word in with the DEA to help Stone out? No, I can't. I wasn't involved. Blade, I got your donation. Hold on a second. Blade says, if Av admits to snuffing Tax first, then couldn't Tax have a case for self-defense, a la Bernard Getz? From what AG said, by way of Troy Ave, Taxstone may have been the antagonizer. I'm going to say may have been allegedly. I don't know, okay? If you're trying to call attention to, a situation, they could see that as antagonizing. Thus, the reason why I carry a firearm, and I have for years, and I've been arrested. They take it from me. I get it back. Another shooting, I get it back. But I learned back in 88, standing in front of a judge one time, the judge said, "Who do you think you are, Yosemite Sam?" He said, "If I see you here again, or if you ever come back into this courtroom, people better be on top of you before you discharge your firearm." So to answer your question, antagonizing is very, very real in terms of setting something off, okay? Let's bring in area code 904. Good evening. Troy Ave took the stand Monday. Are you up to speed? Area code 904.
Yeah, OG, we up to speed on Taxstone. We up to speed with Troy Ave.
Florida Boy J.
Popping.
Yes, sir. Where do you want to start, man?
First of all, before we get these, listen. It's been one of them days. I wanted to acknowledge before we get into it that this is, I think, the 2-year anniversary of the day where me and you took this show to an all-time low and roasted the blind comedian. And it popped up. It popped up today. When they do the memories thing, and it brought me a good laugh. So I just want to say salute to wherever you are, the blind comedian. Hopefully, you got success. But anyway, first of all, can I talk about this BET situation?
Yeah, the majority stake is up for sale. I didn't do a deep dive on this yet because AG called in. We've been talking about the Taxstone murder trial. But Diddy, Byron Allen, and Tyler Perry reports is saying that those three are interested in purchasing the majority stake. Where do you want to start?
Well, I want to start with this. Whoever runs Viacom, BET, and the powers that be should really be ashamed of themselves for how they have decayed and eroded BET and what it used to be when I was coming up. And I'm not saying it was ever an educational platform, but I used to see CETA hits on the street. You know what I'm saying? A Rap City in the basement. Then we had 106 in Park, and then we had our a nightly dose of Baby Boy by 6, 7 p.m. But what I'm pretty much trying to say is having the pulse of the black community, having a channel where even if it is just music videos and commentary, it's where we get to have our space in television. Now time has went on and we don't even use TV anymore. So going back, fast forwarding to the people who might want to buy ownership, if you sell it to Byron Allen, that's the closest you might get to some type of upstanding platform. If you sell it to Diddy, we're just going to have Revolt TV on BET, and I think that is going to be the most appealing way that BET can come up from the slums of the Viacom-controlled company. You know what I'm saying? Everything's the same thing. If Tyler Perry gets BET, you might as well call that the Medea Network and never turn back to it. Nobody wants to watch all the shows that he writes himself and nobody ever pays attention to. So I just hope that whatever they do with BET, that they can revive it and make it, even if it is an app or online situation, just make BET some sort of relevant and prominent to next generation's culture and the next group of black people.
Okay. I want to jump in, and I'm not trying to pull rank on you. I appreciate the fact that you say what you say and you stand on it. You know my history. I did marketing and promotion at record labels for a decade, long before I ever got to radio and so on and so forth. BET, to my knowledge, is owned by the Paramount Global Group. At some point, either they sold, Viacom either sold it or maybe they got dwarfed by the Paramount Global Group. I forget. But I don't think Viacom still owns it. Or maybe they changed the name. I'm not sure. There have been many attempts to bring a more intellectual, shall we say, audience to BET. And the reason why I mentioned doing research, marketing, and promotion and breakdowns on a typewriter back in the days is because BET tried, going back to Donnie Simpson, Ed Gordon.
Teen Summit years.
Teen Summit, Ananda Lewis, who I know, who was very, very intelligent and beautiful.
Beautiful soul, yeah.
Yeah, very smart female. They tried. They even brought in, what's the guy's name who just going through the whole scandal right now with the white...
Oh, late night news with TJ Holmes.
TJ Holmes. They tried to bring in TJ Holmes. They tried to bring in what's the sassy black girl's name? She's Charlamagne's friend.
Oh, Angela Rye.
Angela Rye. They tried. But the BET audience wants the coon shit. They want it. You and others like you, the minority who want to be informed, you don't go to BET to be informed, respectfully. You'll go to CNN, MSNBC. You'll go to 1010 Wins. You'll go to Associated Press. You'll even go to Fox. Hang on. You'll even go to Fox News before you go to BET. BET has tried. The audience that watches BET, they want the reruns of, what are those shows, the famous, the Wayans Brothers.
Wayans Brothers.
The Jamie Foxx show, 8 o'clock in the morning when you should be watching the goddamn news. What's the guy, Big Red, who beat up, is it the 5 Heartbeats or something like that? What's that show?
Oh, yeah, hours between 9 and 5, yeah.
Say again?
No, you talking about Big Red 5 Heartbeats. I'm like, the hours between 9 and 5.
Yes. That audience has proven by way of research that they want Set It Off. They want the Tyler Perry stuff. It's just a fact. It's a fact. You can say again, you're the smaller minority. I want some news. I want to hear the black views. No, you don't. Not on a large scale. Roland Martin. I've said this before. Hang on a second. Let me just make sure. Was it... highly intelligent man. I've met Roland Martin. He was doing a morning show on TV One. Regardless if he and I don't share the same ideology or philosophy. An intelligent man. They took his show down because research proved on TV One that the audience didn't want that news in the morning. So that's my response to you. You take it away. I think Tyler Perry buying BET would be the best thing for that network. Go ahead.
And that's the exact problem we have with BET. And salute to Roland Martin, but that's the issue. You want to keep dragging out these old ass niggas like Roland Martin. You want to keep bringing up, a Tyler Perry and stuff. When you have new young people on social media, you should be giving platforms to, just like they did when BET first came up. A lot of the things that popped off television, especially these music video platforms, these younger platforms, were the television hosts, were the people who were behind in front of the camera with the microphone, the Free and AJs, the big Tiggers, the people that we want to see and we want to believe can bring us the culture. I don't need a nigga in a suit. I don't need a girl with a silk press. Sit in your Jordans like Free used to be, with, put the drip on and tell us what's going on today. Tell us what's going on with Black News. Tell us what's going on Twitter. Be some type of information for the next generation. That's the disconnect. You want to give us some old niggas, tell us what's going on. We can go to grandma. We go to the church. That's church work. You give us a modernized, internet fused BET where it's hip niggas talking. Right. We got top videos going, drill music going on. And you can get it back. Okay. A new 106 in Park, you can get it back. Okay.
Now, hang on. What you're saying sounds great, but again, I'm a research guy. Everything I do is research. Right. I've on countless occasions showed you guys my analytics for the Star Report here. I know what works. I know that I want a certain audience. I don't want the 85%, the deaf, the dumb, and the blind. I know how to get 150,000 views per video. That's not what I want. BET has a certain core audience that spends money for certain things. What you're talking about, I'll even say they tried that. They had cousin Jeff. They had some guy in a leather coat looking like John Shaft giving you news. Remember that guy maybe a decade ago? Forget it.
Yeah.
What was that guy's name, Troll Baby? Some guy in a leather coat, he was doing news briefs. They've tried what you're saying. It doesn't work. That audience wants the monkey shit. That's the bread and butter. They had Bobby Jones Gospel. That was great on Sundays, but when they, again, try to make that turn, it doesn't work. Go ahead.
Well, as much as I would like to have a black platform that I can easily go to and get informed about things or check the pulse of my culture, I think what you're saying is just a reflection on me and the rest of the black community. And I think in the long-term effect of that is when I get on Twitter and, you tell a joke and everybody's like, oh, my God, we live the same life. Yeah, because BET has programmed us to watch the same stuff. So they're making black people like us a monolith because we all share the same experiences and watch Big Mama's House and Baby Boy every day after school. Baby Boy. And now you can't tell the difference between, one nigga and the next. So I guess you're right, Star.
Well, no. I don't want to be right. I'm not trying to back you down.
I don't want you to be right either, but damn.
I want you to stand on your square. I'm just saying by way of research, I think that network has peaked out, and a certain understanding of how much that network is going to make. It's called projections. The projections don't necessarily equal a major corporation spending more money with regards to programming and research. They've got what they want, an understanding of what that audience will always be or will be for the next 10 years, because a lot of times they do projections for 5, 8, 10 years, and that's just what it is.
Well, lastly, before I, bow out, I will say this. What it was the detriment to BET, and I think a lot of our black publications and platforms and media outlets was, once they started eradicating heterosexual black males and replaced them with people of community and feminist women, and if you weren't getting down with certain executives and letting them finger pop you in your butthole, you weren't going to stay at that job too long. Once they started removing straight black men out of these positions, that's when you see the network fall, because the straight black man was the one who was like, no, we might need a 106 in Park. We might need a TRO. We might need a rap scene in the basement. Hey, call that rapper. I know him. Oh, he's hot. he will bring him in here. He's going to get ratings. Once you took away the pulse of the black community, that's why BET is just another platform for the liberals. And I'll bow out. Sorry, you have a wonderful show.
Good to talk to you. Hey, and when are you going live again on your platform?
Oh, man. Hey, Star, I got the new spot. It's flying jiggy. It's there. Hey, I'm setting up the studio.
Okay.
In the other room in the spot that I got Dolo.
Okay.
We're setting up the studio tomorrow. We're going to be going live tonight. We're going to do another versus battle. We did a versus battle last night on my show. We're doing another one tonight. It's going to be Wayne versus Drake.
Lil Wayne versus Drake versus on your platform?
Yes, we did Future versus Young Thug last night.
Okay.
And Jay-Z versus Kanye last night.
Okay.
Kanye beat Hov and Future beat Drake. Future beat Young Thug. But I will say, the guy who had Hov's catalog, Jay-Z's catalog, mishandled Jay-Z's catalog. There was no reason why we should have been hearing a Fiesta and Bonnie and Clyde 03 in a 7-song versus.
Right. Okay. Good to talk to you, Florida Boy Jay. Thank you, man.
Thank you, sir. Have a great
Yes,
show.
sir. Thank you. Okay. Florida Boy Jay tapping in. That was a good conversation with he and I about BET. Folks, if you don't know, the majority stake for BET is up for sale. Byron Allen, businessman, he's had a syndication model for decades. I remember his interviews, maybe 30 years ago. He set up, and I forget the name, I should know it, but I forget the name of his company. Highly intelligent man, and he has filed lawsuits against different agencies for not spending money with black networks and shows and things of that nature. He's a very smart man. I'm sure he could do something with BET. Doesn't he own the Weather Channel? Troll Babies. Doesn't Byron Allen own the Weather Channel? But in terms of programming, if you ask me, Tyler Perry would be the best bet to not just save that network, but to keep it going. And I think Tyler Perry now has a small part of BET. He's got a minority. Hold on a second. Does he have a minority interest? Oh, Tyler Perry. If you care, call in. 1 second. Okay, Tyler Perry currently owns a minority stake in the operation run by CEO Scott Mills. Hey, what's the former CEO of BET who just came out and admitted that she was having an affair with Bob Johnson? What is her name? She ought to be ashamed of herself. Is it Deborah something? What is her name? Just came out and admitted to having an affair with Bob Johnson. God, Melanin got you donation. Deborah Lee just admitted to having some type of relationship with Bob Johnson. Is that how she became president and CEO? Thank you, Deeds. Yeah, Deeds just said Deborah Lee. Huh? All that praise they gave her, a strong black woman. When in reality, she was just a fucking homewrecker. A fucking homewrecker. Let's go to area code 301. Good afternoon. Troy Ave, a.k.a. Roland Collins, took the stand Monday in the Taxstone murder trial. Do you care? 301.
Yes, I do, Star. So, hello, Star.
Yes, sir. How are you?
Hear me?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well. I sent in a donation earlier, JP.
Thank you, man.
But
Salute.
No problem. First, I want to start off by saying I think it's important to say one of the first podcasters in Reggie Osei, also known as Combat Jack, saw something special in Taxstone.
Yes.
He saw something special in Taxstone, took Taxstone under his wing, and Taxstone wasted his opportunity away in a pointless beef by getting caught up in the hype of a fabricator who's Troy Ave. I mean, Troy Ave's whole career was hype created by only Troy Ave himself. Unfortunately, the content that Troy Ave raps about is what will get you heard by the urban youth, whether it's good or bad. And, in my opinion, it's an unfortunate situation for Taxstone because it was something that didn't have to happen. And Taxstone would have had a major podcast deal if he just kept the momentum that he had and he already had the connections that he needed to get further in the podcasting space. So it's a very unfortunate situation. And the biggest gripe that I have with this whole situation is once that situation happened in Irving Plaza, Troy Ave came out, literally like a month later, I believe, and was talking about how the streets is a myth. Streets is a myth. And to me, it was disgusting to hear that, because the streets isn't a myth. The streets is the streets. And you should have, told the kids that this is what could happen. This was a situation where it could be learned, and now he's taking it. Where this was a situation where lessons could be learned, and now he's taking a stand. He's crying. Now he probably is gonna have to tell his side, regardless. But I mean, if you say this is who you are, you're gonna have to go do the time. You was on Matt Hoffa's. I don't want to name drop other podcasts, man.
No. Hang on a second. I fuck with Matt Hoffa heavy. You can always promote Matt Hoffa. He's a great guy. But now let's go back for a second. And I'm not a know-it-all. I want you to speak, and I respect other people's opinions. And I'm not, taking up for Troy Ave necessarily. But in my opinion, the streets are a myth. I learned that back in the early 80s. And being a grimy Brooklyn nigga by way of New Jersey, I learned Brooklyn is the grimiest borough. Cutthroat, killer be killed. Killer be killed. I have lined up so many friends and associates. I lined up one of my homies because he had a brand new sheepskin coat, and I didn't have it, and I was pissed off. I set him up. That's Brooklyn. So let's not act like, Taxstone was just some fucking church guy. He was a grimy nigga too. Now, do you have something personally against Troy Ave? Sounds like you got something personal. You said he was something about the hype, right? The hype. What'd you say?
No, I actually liked a lot of Troy Ave's music, just not all the, the killing and all the grimy stuff that he talked about. He had some good music, and that's why I think that, other rappers like Members in G, put their arm around him and say, hey, this guy can actually rap. 50 questioned him at first, was like, I don't know about this guy. Then he came around and said, I like Troy Ave. But my thing is this: when you say the streets is a myth, the streets could be a myth in terms of the values and the morals that the guys have in the streets, but the consequences of the streets is not a myth. Stop right
there. You said the morals and what of the streets? What did you say?
There's no moral values. There's no honor amongst thieves.
There's no honor. Sir, stay with me, my nigga. We're having a good conversation. Where are you from? Where you from?
I'm from Maryland.
Okay.
I'm from Maryland.
Okay. Sir, there's no honor amongst thieves. No, sir. No, sir. It's you before me.
True. I guess I kind of answered my own question, but it's just sad to see, man. It's an unfortunate situation for both parties, man. Whether one guy's gonna lose their career for sure in Troy Ave. Nobody's gonna listen to his raps anymore. He's done. And Taxstone might go to jail for 20 years. So it's just unfortunate, And I feel bad for Reggie Osei,
Well, hang on. Salute to Reggie Osei, aka Combat Jack. He and I had such history. He's the one back when he was a lawyer with Ed Woods. That's how far he and I go back. He's the one that told me I should leave Hot 97. Reggie Osei. Anyway, there's no honor amongst thieves, sir. And in Brooklyn, again, the most cutthroat, grimy, dirty borough. It has very loose parameters, and they specialized in lining each other up. I took part in that. I'm admitting to it. Took part in it. You're standing on Nostrand Avenue. A nigga that that you give dap to every day. He comes in front of you. He's wearing the brand new beef and broccoli Timbs. You don't like that shit. Yo, get this nigga later. You want the Timbs. You don't even want to fucking pay for them. You just want his. That's Brooklyn, sir. You understand? You ever been to Brooklyn?
Yes, sir, I have.
Yeah. You spend any time there?
Yeah.
Spending time there?
Briefly, I understand the culture. You know, I know a lot of guys. You know, there's a lot of rumors. You know about the guys from Brooklyn, Haitian Jack, Jimmy Henchman. You know, those type of guys, man.
Those were my homies. We used to hang at the dance hall clubs back in the days.
Those type of guys, you know, those type of guys. You got those guys running around, you know.
Oh my God. Sir, there is no honor amongst niggas in Brooklyn. But I'll let you finish up. Give the last word. Go ahead.
Yeah, so, you know, like I said, you know, it's just unfortunate, and I feel like a lot of people in the industry, they really like Taxstone. I could see, you know, on social media, they're picking their sides. You know, you got guys on the Breakfast Club. I'm not going to name any names. Like I said, I'm not going
to name names. Name names. Give us names.
Okay, we know Taxstone is Charlemagne's guy. You know, he got him on an MTV show. You know, there's plenty of other female podcasters that love Taxstone. So, you know, he was well liked in the industry. He just got caught up.
I like Taxstone. I like him. But this is the objective perspective. I like him.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. Exactly. So yeah, like I said, unfortunate situation, and you know, I'll tune in Star on the next show, and I'll donate the next show.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Anybody in that live chat from Brooklyn ever line a nigga up, huh? One of your homies, one of your friends. Keep it real. Nigga come around you with a brand new goose down, smiling like shit is sweet, and you know he's a fuck nigga. Hold on a second. You know he's a fuck nigga. That pisses you off right there. This fuck nigga wearing this brand new shit, stunting. I know the nigga pussy. I seen the nigga get slapped in the lunchroom. Oh my God. Yeah, Crooklyn. That's why they called it Crooklyn years ago. Oh man. Hang on a second, guys. Another one of my sponsors. They are Amiri Brown Show on YouTube. Check them out. Tell them I sent you. Let me go to Cash App. Thank you for your support. Okay. So I'm going to get back to you after the show. Thank you for that email. I was looking for some people who specialize in RSS feeds. I have knowledge in RSS feeds. I still have some, but I need someone who has really in-depth knowledge, okay? Blade says, Star never cried on the stand, but the nigga sure as hell lied on the stand. I cannot confirm nor deny what I've said on the stand, Blade, but thank you. Right-handed down to Brooklyn. Yo, Star, stop that downtown Brooklyn. We different. Fort Greene red. Oh, look at that grimy nigga right there. Nigga, if you from... Oh, my goodness. What is that nigga's name? Right-handed downtown Brooklyn. Yeah. You turned your life around. If you're in my live chat, that means you made it out. Thank you for your donation. Newt8282, giving back a rental suit would make anyone cry. Oh! It's a shot at Troy Ave. We have to find out about that suit, troll baby. So, you guys go on Troy Ave's YouTube channel. It's Troy Ave. And ask him about the suit. Tailor-made. I'll be pocket watching these niggas. Hold on a second, I'm going to call in. Okay, DJ Dooya, where are you? You can always call him, and they can call in now. What area code? Folks, I learned to be a total piece of shit on them Brooklyn streets. Hey, Carrie, got your donation. She says, sent an email. Okay, Carrie, I did not get that email. Or did I respond? Look, we have to have a conversation. We do. I'm going up to New York in a couple of weeks for business, but goddamn, Seattle is on my mind. Thank you, Carrie. I'll look for your email. If I don't respond today, I'll let you know. JP, got your donation. Thank you for tapping in. Okay, what is this? Steve, I got your donation. You can't name a dealer from Harlem that ain't snitch. I would have to agree, sir. I would have to agree. Let's go to area code 484. Good evening. 484, Troy Ave took the stand. Your thoughts? Are you up to speed? Do you care? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
What's poppin', yo?
What's poppin'?
Ain't nothing much. I called to talk about that Taxstone and Troy Ave.
Yes, sir.
John, and I'm gonna just say I do not feel sorry for Taxstone at all.
Let's go.
He created that whole energy. He was starting beef with these rappers and shit for no reason. He created that shit.
So I need you to watch the language. You're doing good. Just please pull back on the profanity. It's early afternoon, the algorithms. Please, all right?
Yeah, no doubt.
Go ahead.
I got you.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say, you know what I mean, that he created that whole energy. He was beefing with Troy Ave. And if I'm not mistaken, he even at one point said that if one of these rappers stepped to me, I'm going to blame him.
Wow.
So he created that energy.
Yeah.
So I don't feel sad for him. I don't feel sad for Troy Ave, you know what I mean? Because the last caller, not the last caller, but the caller before last, when he was talking about the streets not being a myth, you're right, the streets is the myth.
Oh, yeah.
The streets is the myth.
Yeah.
But at the same time, Troy Ave knew what he was getting into. Like, you can't be a street nigga.
Right.
And then when you get into some trouble, want to talk about some of the streets is a myth. And then get on the stand and testify. Like, it's either you living by the code or you not.
Mm-hmm. No, I can respect.
So if he didn't rep the way he was repping and talking the way he used to talk and all of that other bull crap, then I mean we may have more sympathy for the man.
Can I ask where you're from? Where you calling from? What state?
I'm calling from Jersey.
Oh, okay. Born and raised?
Born and raised.
So Now, I was a grimy nigga from Jersey when I moved to New York in '81. You know, just Brooklyn helped me perfect being a total piece of shit. But I don't know the background on Troy Ave and Taxstone. Do you know how far their tension went back?
I don't know exactly when it started and stuff, but I do remember the beef when it was happening before the shooting at Irving Plaza. I remember them going kind of back and forth. I remember Troy Ave saying when he pulled up and all this other stuff. And even with back to Taxstone, like the last caller said, he was beefing with Math, but that was like out of nowhere. And that's what I'm saying. Like he created that energy that was around him to put him in the situation that he in right now.
Well, hang on a second, because you see, in Brooklyn,
I know you wanted to say like
no, stay with me, stay with me. In Brooklyn and Manhattan, not so much Queens, but in Brooklyn and Manhattan, a lot of the tension comes from middle school and high school. A lot of those guys and girls ride the train together to get to school, so they could have had.
I feel you.
Tension that, was 8 years old, something from the 9th grade. Yo, when I see that nigga, it's on sight. And then we just learned about it through the quote-unquote music industry or podcasting world, but they could have had some older tension. Did Math Hoffa and Taxstone, did their issues go back years before, podcasting? Come on.
According to Math, he said it was out of nowhere. He didn't know where it came from. And he said it had him hot at first because he was like, yo, we know some of the same people.
I don't know about that.
He said if there was a problem, you could have called me and all that other stuff. And like I said, I don't know these dudes personally. Now, I mean, all I could go off is what I see with my own two eyes and what I hear with my own two ears.
Right. Okay. I appreciate the call, man. You want to finish up on anything in particular? You just want to address that?
Real quick, when you talk about some setting niggas up.
Oh man, Come on.
Yo, Brooklyn niggas is grimy for real. Number one, my wife, she from Brooklyn. You know what I mean, I spent a lot of time out in Brooklyn when I was a young bull. So Brooklyn is it gets real grimy over there.
Well, hang on a second. I'm born and raised in Jersey, Scotch Plains to be precise. When I moved to New York in '81, I was a very arrogant Jersey kid, and I had that Jersey dialect, and people could detect it. A lot of times people thought I was a cop on the street, so I played on that, you know? And when it came to Brooklyn, and I found myself, you know, in an interrogation room, and they told me that the other guy told on me, I said, well, fuck these niggas, fuck all of them. And then I started telling with no fucks given. None. You feel me?
Well, you always say you out for self, so.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm admitting I was an arrogant guy from Jersey. I looked down on these bum-ass niggas. These niggas was raised in the projects. They live in tall cages, broken families, roaches in their fucking cereal, fighting over sneakers. You're going to the penitentiary, not me. You feel me?
Yeah, I hear you. I had a cousin, you know what I mean, that tried to.
I grew up with a swimming pool in my backyard. Brand new mopeds every year. You're a loser, you bummy ass sneakers. Your father was in the penitentiary, your uncle's there, and you belong there. You're going, not me.
I did.
Thanks for the call, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Keeping it real. Project niggas. The fuck I look like going up to Green Haven for a bum-ass nigga from Farragut houses. What are those projects down here in Coney Island? Evetts Field. Albany houses where HIV was running rampant. What do I look like doing a 3 to 6 over a bum-ass nigga? Your family was on Section 8. Your father sold crack, or your father sold heroin back then. Your father sold heroin to make ends meet. Baby need new shoes. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. Okay, hang on a second. Right-handed downtown Brooklyn everywhere. Got snitches. It not cool. But it every city and state. Give me a second, folks. This is Ebonics. Troy was on defense. He took the grip away from somebody, but the stand no good. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Hold on a second. Guys, we have brand new music on shot97.com. That's my new drill music platform. Oh, we now have close to 4 hours of music. 4 hours of music. Hold on a second. And I'm just asking you to listen. These are your children and my grandchildren. I gotta tell you, I love it. I would be a fucking hypocrite to say, back in the days on the Star and Buckwild show, again, who remembers me? Troy Terang saying, I think it was, I started saying this in 2001, I want to hear some bang, bang, shoot 'em up, nigga, die slow music. Remember that? And now here we go. I love it. Let's go to area code 845. Good evening. Is that DJ Dooyah? Area code 845.
Yeah, that's me, Star. Yo,
Yes, sir.
I'm driving right now.
Come on.
If you want to put me on mute till I park, and then I'll get right to it.
No, because I'll make an exception for you, man. What's cracking? Where do you want to start? Troy Ave took the stand yesterday, and I'm not mad at him. I mean, I'm not, against Taxstone, but hey, I'm a businessman. These niggas is fucking up my bag. I'm losing money. I got to talk. That's where I see it. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, it goes back to 2012, man, on Twitter. And, Taxstone, I feel like Charleston White is taking what Taxstone wrote. He's taking his blueprint and kind of bringing it to 2023. But this is what Taxstone was doing back in 2012. He was getting at all the rappers that he felt weren't for real, and we're spitting all this gangster stuff, but really wasn't out there. So it goes back, like you were saying, to middle school, riding the train and all this stuff. And a lot of these guys grew up with associates that know each other. Yeah. So he was calling out the guys that he felt weren't about that life, but was still spitting it. And he got a lot of traction on that on Twitter. And that's what he started to run with.
Okay, stay with me. Listen, I'm not looking for props. I'm really not. But if we're talking history and accuracy, nobody went harder than Star. I don't know how old you are, but in 1993, when I started publishing Around the Way magazine, Star from Crown Heights, I always used to give the Addy, 824 St. John's. Then when we got to the Source magazine, 824 St. John's, come on down and don't come to talk. Got to public access. We used to dumb the fuck out. Threaten people, drinking, fuck you niggas, fuck your team, fuck your block, 824 St. John's. Charleston White wasn't the first. I say that with all due respect. Taxstone wasn't the first. I say that with all due respect. We used to stand in front of Hot 97 and say on the radio, suck my dick, meet us downstairs. Or 824 St. John's, right? I don't know if you were around then.
No. I mean, I remember.
Okay.
I don't remember.
824 St. John's is a legendary address.
But I've definitely
legendary address. We always told niggas, come on down with your Glock smoking. Now, I'm a stupid nigga, and I meant it. Come down. Don't come to talk. Don't come down to talk. So, and I don't say that to sound cool. I'm saying that, I've had some bad situations, and I've been in shootouts. I don't say that to sound cool either. But you guys now, you newer generation, you're getting caught up in shit. You're not listening to the older people, and I'm not going to sit here like an OG and tell you what not to do. The life you save will be your own, right?
Right.
The life you save will be your own. Now, if I can just bring it back around to this. A situation happened. I wish nothing bad on Taxstone. I even offered to take the stand on his behalf. I said that publicly a couple of years ago on Twitter. And I made sure that he knew. If you need me, if I can help by way of testifying, not against Troy Ave, but saying that you may be a victim of the media, of the propaganda, of the bullshit, of the corporations that promote the tension, beef, and or drama, I'm here for you. But we have a situation now. So let's just bring it back to Troy Ave. He testified. What do you think about him testifying? Let's wrap it up there.
Well, I mean, it goes back to when Troy Ave was initially arrested for the incident. He was arrested the next day. He sat in jail for 2-3 months maybe. I'm not exactly sure on the exact time, but he sat in jail.
I forget.
And then that's when there was inclinings of Taxstone's lawyers sending information to the judge about Troy Ave committing the murder.
Right.
That's when Troy Ave doubled back and decided to work with the district attorney.
Okay. So what are your thoughts? Do you think there's an issue with him?
I just think that they put him in a position. I'm not from the streets, se. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a street nigga. Yeah. I'm not gonna call myself that.
Okay.
But he was in a position where his back is against the wall, and that's what he had to do. It was either that or go to jail.
Okay. Okay. Hey, hold on a second, man. Holy shit. I forgot, man. I'm sitting here doing so goddamn much. I want you to talk about your platform. Hold on a second. Pardon me, man. Oh, shit. Tell us about your YouTube channel. I want to make sure I'm driving traffic in your direction. Tell us your latest episode and when the next time you're going live. Go ahead.
Yeah, we're actually going to be going live tonight. We're going to be doing a recap of the whole Taxstone case, and we're going to kind of zero in on Malcolm Kenyon, a.k.a. M.A. Satan. He was pretty much one of the star witnesses for the prosecution last week. He's from the 845. That's the area that I rep. And, he went down with the 848 Kingpin charge, and he told on his whole organization.
Yeah.
So we're going to be diving into that. And then I got my sports show, which is called Up for Debate. On Thursday, we're going to be getting into the NCAA tournament, and we're going to be talking about the upcoming UFC fight.
Okay.
And my other co-host, Liz Get It, he has this Trendy Topic show. That'll be on Saturdays. And what other
I've got your
going
showrunner on the screen right now. I just want to make sure everything is spelled right. I don't know if you can see it, but I want to make sure. I'm driving traffic to you. Okay, I got your banner ready also. Okay, so you're going live tonight, you say. What time again?
7:30.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate you calling in. Travel safe. And your banner is in the banner reel at the end of the show. You do know that, yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I appreciate that. Banner looks great. And
Thank
I've
you.
been sending it out. Trying to drive traffic to your channel as well.
No,
And it's
don't worry about me. Just drive it to you. I'm fine, man. I'm fine. Thank you.
No doubt.
Salute. Okay, thank you.
All right.
DJ Dooyah tapping in. Hang on a second. Where is his banner? Holy smokes. I see the Amiri Brown banner. What the hell's going on here? Where is his banner? I see Easy Reach Apparel. Guys, give me a second. I'm coming. I can't find his goddamn banner. What the fuck? I'm going to have to do this after the show. That's weird that I can't find his banner. I know it's in the... I'll find it. Let me go back to Cash App. And also, Vernell says, Star, are you sure you were in shootouts? No, technically, I was the one shooting on two occasions. On two of those occasions, I was just shooting. My older brother back in New Jersey used to give me so many tune-ups. When I got to New York in 81, I said, I will never let a nigga put his hands on me again. I've never been beat up. I've never been jumped. I've never been chased other than my older brother. So when those niggers at the dance hall club got too close, I started squeezing. So technically it was just one shootout where people were shooting back. But the other times, oh, hell no, you're a little too close. Pow! Pow! It's public record. Borhi, how do you say your name? I'm sorry. How come you never responded to my email? Which email is that, sir? Did you send me an email about thumbnails? Was that you? If that's you, we can't use those images. If that's you. Thank you for your donation. Can you send me another email, please? I'm sorry if I didn't respond. I'm swamped. My eyes ain't what they used to be. If that's you, sir, how do I say your name? BORHAI Designs. Thank you for your donation. Someone sent me an email, and I got so busy I didn't get a chance to respond. But the images you were using in those thumbnails, we can't use on YouTube, all right? Let me just say that. The restrictions now are just crazy. 786, sit tight. You're up next. Sit tight. Yeah. Hey, Doris, I got your donation. Doris says Deborah Lee went from assistant to senior VP. Yeah, huh? Taking back shots, allegedly. Well, it's not allegedly. She said she had a goddamn an affair. Ain't that something? Spirit, where are you, man? Star just letting you know. Okay, Spirit. Okay. I just logged in with them as it's. Okay, Spirit, I can't respond right now, but I got your email, man. Thank you for tapping in. Okay, I spoke to DJ Dooya. Hey, Janet. Janet sends me an email. Did you know that Robert Johnson of BET ex-wife married her divorce court judge? I did not. No, I can't say that I care, but thank you, Janet. Janet does great research. Okay. Area code 786, are you there? Good evening. Talking about Troy Ave taking the stand. Are you up to speed? Do you care? 786.
I'm not too up to speed, Star, but I just want to stamp what you were speaking on earlier.
What's that?
As far as you definitely putting out your address.
Yeah.
Back in the days. I definitely remember listening to the radio, and I'm hearing wild conversation. I'll never forget it. You was talking about DMX. You was going at a lot of dudes. You know what I'm saying? And you gave that address out, and I happened to know that address.
Yeah.
So a couple of weeks went by, I pull up on that same little block, and I'm having a normal conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And, the topic came up. I said, yeah, man, some guys on the radio, they talking fly crazy. He said he from over here.
Yep.
Dude said, who? I said, I don't know, Star, sir.
Star.
He said, who? Him right there?
Yep.
My man Star was on that corner. You had a cane at the time, so you can testify if that's right or wrong.
That was actually a rifle, sir.
Flipping around.
Hang on, that was a rifle.
So I want to salute.
Disguised as a cane, but go ahead.
That's all the way a fact what he talking about.
Are you from Brooklyn? You from Brooklyn?
Oh, man, I'm a Queens dude, but I'm from all over. So I definitely know about the Marksmen.
Ooh.
I definitely know about the NA Rock.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, I'm no tough.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm no tough guy, and I don't say that to sound cool. I mean, the younger generation, they do what they do, but I put a lot of years in the streets, and when I got to the radio, again, I was 36 at the time, so I wasn't some teenager or somebody who came up on the street team. I was never anybody's intern, nobody's sidekick, nobody's boy. So I was a stupid nigga on the microphone, challenged everybody, didn't want to be friends.
Star, shit, I'm leaving out. Star, Callaloo Club.
Oh, Club Callaloo.
I'm knowing, brother.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
So just salute you, man, everything you got going on, man. I just want to let the younger guys know that, man, when he speaks, he's saying the truth, man.
Thank you, man. Salute. Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay.
Salute.
Yeah. 824 St. John's. Come down with your Glock smoking. That was the motto, right? On the public access show. Don't be pussy. What a piece of shit I was. And well, this is alleged. Sometimes there were little Haitian kids and GT Youth. Anybody know what GT Youth stands for? Let's see if you really know. Give them $5 a piece and say, go up on the roof. If you say GT Youth, YOUTH, not GTU, GT Youth. What does GT Youth stand for? Give them $5, say, go up on the roof. If you see me get into a fight, just start shooting. That's all legit. Okay, a couple of people know. GT Youth. Okay, guys, I got to wrap this up. It's getting late. Blade, I got your donation. Oh, Blade says, Star is the worst type of classist. Despite committing the same crime as you, he still thinks he's better than you because of... Well, that was back then, Blade, because of his upbringing. That was back then. The coke was fueling the arrogance, you know? It wasn't just me saying you belong in the penitentiary. No, it was the fish scale, you know? The fish scale had me out there. All right, guys, I want to thank you for your time this afternoon, evening. It's now evening. Please make a donation to Deeds. Deeds holds me down. Deeds is the one who controls the Spotify page. Deeds is the one who lets you rock in that live chat. She lets you talk crazy. What else? Deeds, along with 2 other people, they want you to stay on topic in the comments. We could have 4 times the amount of comments that we do under the rebroadcast. If you focus your comment on the topic, never mind me. I've had enough fame and notoriety. Focus your comment on the topic, and I guarantee you'll see your comment stays there. Okay. Also, Troy Ave. Hey, man. I'm not sure if we met before, but we did speak. I wish you the best, as I wish Taxstone the best. But I ain't mad at you for taking the stand, homie. I'm not mad at you. And folks, go to Troy Ave's YouTube platform. It's Troy Ave, Troyave. All right. He ain't ducking the smoke. He took the stand. And that's it. All right. You guys have a good evening. What's left of it. Take care.
I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. Relax your mind and let it unwind. No time for fight. Just open your eyes to see the light. Don't hesitate now. There's too much in front of you to take a hit now. Prepare for the worst, but prepare for the best. Cause only your mind holds the curse that you partner with it. I ain't tryna stop you from the love that guides you. I just wanna be the one to try you, mold you, make sure that you're on a good road. Little did you know, I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. Ooh. This is the love and the flow that I live by. Just realize what it is and pass the lie. So don't be shy to get high. Got this green for the goodbye. Don't hold back on this and fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. Got a pack in the back and a seat on my left. What you wanna do, baby? You the best. Coming from the east, not the west. Southside got it written on my chest. And you know this is real love. I just wanna be the one to guide you, mold you, make sure that you're on the right road. Little did you know, I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly. I can get fly, 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 fly.
tripping, baby? You know you ain't like it. Acting like you know what's up, but you ain't psychic. Told you nothing going down, but you ain't like it. I told you nothing going down when you excited. So if you want a song, go and get the one. Show me the money, get the money, let's go down, down. Break it up. When we make it all, make it all, break it up. Break it up, then we make it all back, then we. You out this world, need some space from me. I'm out here, girl, I'm back up in the street. So I don't really got time to fuss and fight no more with you. Really got time to fuss and fight no more. What's the problem, what's the issue? Everything I said has been true. Love you, then he ditched you. Nobody knowing what we into. Not because of what you've been through. I know what you can do. Why you tripping, baby? You know you ain't like it. Acting like you know what's up, but you ain't psychic. Told you nothing going down, but you ain't like it. I told you nothing going down when you excited. So if
What?